What's up guys, welcome back to the next video in learning our language. My name is CorioWood and you guys are watching my channel CorioWood. Alright, so we have successfully finished our metrics and we performed all the arithmetic operations inside the metrics. If you guys look in here, we have tried different techniques and I've introduced you guys the indexing inside the metrics. We go from here. We have explained the metrics. It's a two-dimensional array. We go back, and if you guys look in here, we have done indexing and slicing of metrics, and we've done the factor. And the next video we're going to show you guys the data frames. What is the data frames? And before that, you guys need to know a few stuff about the machine learning, because we're heading towards the data frames. So is data frames in R. I'm gonna let you guys know, I'm gonna briefly touch with data modeling, which is the machine learning. Data modeling, and it starts inside the machine learning. We're gonna briefly see what is data modeling. So the data modeling is, as I said, this machine learning technique to identify the hidden pattern from the historical data set. So we identify the hidden pattern from historical, from the past, say from past user behavior, from past data set. Alright, so I'm going to explain in a second, and this pattern help us in future value prediction over the same data. So we data set, and this helps us identify the hidden pattern from the past data set, helps us to identify, predict our future data. Alright, so we're going to see, we're going to identify, we're going to study and identify whatever happens in the past of the user or the market value or whatever, and we're going to predict the future. What's going to happen in the future? Say the house prices, for example. House prices, say stock markets. Say you guys can say cancer patients. Okay, the house price, how we're going to study, say the house price, the model, the data model of the house prices. What's the house price, say in New York in the last, say 5 years, and we're going to predict the future and what's the whole price is going to be future. So it's a data modeling. So what's the stock markets, what was the Google or Nasdaq or any other Shanghai stock in the past, say week or month or year, and what's the is going to be in the future, and what's the cancer patient, what's the user's cholesterol level, or what's the user's likely, say for example, or is the cancer is benign or not benign, or say if the user is likely to going to get cancer based on the user's past whatever results. So that's what we study in the data modeling in machine learning. So that's machine learning. And all these big organizations, say like Google, Amazon, Facebook, eBay, LinkedIn, Twitter, and many more organizations, they are using this data modeling and machine learning. This organization trying to understand the behavior of their customer based on their past transactions, whatever the customer is doing, and this technique analyze data and predict the future customers, whatever they are looking for. So as I said, the big techs, big companies that are actively using this data modeling, machine learning, and they applying it. Alright, so it all comes into the data mining and machine learning. When we start the machine learning, then I'm going to explain that the machine learning and the data mining, ML, which is machine learning, and data mining. data is very close and blurry lines. So you guys want a machine learning, and then you guys going to be the data scientist. So for example, data, and when you guys hear the data scientist, this means that guys, he or she is going to do machine learning. All right, the first one is regression. You guys gonna read regression. I'm not gonna explain the whole topic now because this is just introduction, so for you guys to get your hands wet, so you guys at least know that different parts of the machine learning. So the machine learning, as I said, the regression is beyond there is a relationship between two or more variables by fitting the state line on the variable values. So there is two variables here, and we're going to put the fitting line on the variable value, and that relationship will help to predict variable value for the future events. So as I said to you guys, with the regression, you guys can look at the house prices on the previous house 6 months like before, or 6 years ago, in the New York or Manhattan or Washington, the house prices, and you guys can predict the future. It's a statistical subject. If you guys read the statistics, you guys already know what I'm talking about. And stock markets, you guys can use in stock markets. So as the relationship between the two values, as I said, the things that already happened, and we're going to predict, we're going to fit that data frame inside our machine learning, and to predict in the future what's the futures the price is going to be. And there is the library for this. If you guys come in here with the packages, and the library is going to be LM, which we're going to install. And the second one is classification. And the classification is also machine learning. As I said before, it's a machine learning library. It's a machine learning techniques, and we use this for labeling the set of observations provided by training example. And with this one, we can classify our observation, whatever our observation is, into one or more labels. Then we're going to see the likelihood of the sales. If you guys going to sell into the say target audience, say your target audience, say if you want to sell the book, the likelihood of the book, how many books the likelihood, say the students of the university is going to buy, say our what's the likelihood of the customers going to buy of your product. And classification also used for fraud detection, the Gmail, Yahoo Mail, and all other sort of mail using for spam. How are we going to detect the spam with this classification? So they're going to feed the machine with the previous whatever happened with the spam to identify the future pattern inside the data. So that's the classification. And the third one is going to be clustering. And clustering means the grouping. We organize a similar item into groups from a given collection of items. So we use it for our sales. We can use it for user segment. The users who are, say, the customers who are more careful about buying, the customers who are moderate about the buying, and the customers who don't care. And we also put a cluster of how many, if the customers got a lot of income, for example, if the customers with high income but very careful, if the customers with the high income but with the moderate spending, if the customers got a high income but they don't care. So we target that sort of customers in that cluster. So we're going to see this cluster here. There's a cluster, and this cluster here, and we look at all the inside our graph to visualize that we're going to see that how much the customer is going to earn. That's a yearly salary, and on the other hand, how much the customer is likely to spend on our product. So that's a clustering. We're going to cluster, we're going to grouping our customers. So we're going to, which customers, say your boss is going to tell you that I want you to do the cluster our customers. Say for example, you're working for Walmart, or you're working for a big shopping center, and you're going to see that based on our data, we ask the customer how much they earn through our feedback, and when the customers giving us the feedback how much their annual salary is, and based on that one we're going to identify which cluster of the customers going to spend and which cluster of the customers we're going to target. So we're going to target the cluster of the customer which, say for example, earning 120,000 a year, and based on their past buying spree, whatever buying, they don't care, they just spend. And we are not going to target the customers with say low income and very careful spending, or with the customers with the high income, high or medium, but with a very careful spending. So we're going to target that the customers which have a bad habit with a lot of spending. So be aware that we use this technique for marketing. So we use it for market segmentation, we use it for social network analysis, we use for computer clustering. So NASA uses for astronomical data analysis for their applications. Google News uses for whatever news they want to provide you. Say they want to provide you with war news or computer news or whatever cluster. You guys, they're gonna classify you guys at whatever cluster. So if you guys want, say in Hollywood, then the Google gonna classify you as Hollywood guys, Hollywood cluster, and they're gonna feed you with this sort of the YouTube do clustering. Say the YouTube gonna feed you guys with the song if you guys into song, or dancing if you guys into dancing. And what's the YouTube's then gonna cluster, say based on their based on your previous videos, what the cluster of videos you guys gonna like, and feed you according to that data. So this is a clustering. And the last one we're gonna come in, there are more techniques for this one. It's not this last one, but there are the big four. It's called recommendation. So in the recommendation, as the name suggests, as you guys seen in the Google recommends you something, as you guys seen this YouTube recommends you guys something. Why the YouTube recommends you? Our Twitter recommends you based on your whatever you guys like. All the website use it, blogging website use it, the video sharing website use it, everyone's social networks they use it. If you guys going to say Amazon or eBay or any other say Walmart's eBay, Amazon, everyone's gonna use it. They recommend you guys the same item based on say if you guys bought the TV last year and the aircon this year, then the Amazon or Walmart knows that you guys like this TV, or they gonna recommend you based on this. So they're gonna tell you guys the customer who bought the TV also bought, say for example, speakers. The customer who bought the TV also bought, say, TV tables. The customer who bought the TV also bought, say, antenna, for example. The customer who bought the aircon also bought the coffee machine. So they also recommend you guys that you guys, if you guys, they put a relationship between this item, the first item, say item 1 that you already bought, and they're going to put it the relationship between the item 2, and they want to recommend you, say, item 3 plus item 4. So that's how the recommendation system works inside the supermarkets, because you guys bought the item 2 and that items were related to this item based on the whatever the customer of the clusters of the customer bought this one. So if a lot of people bought the say aircon, they also bought the coffee machine or table or curtain, whatever they bought. And because you guys buying this one, then the store's gonna recommend you guys that these 3 items. So you guys gonna say if you guys bought the say computer, then the customer then the store's gonna recommend you guys the computer bag, or for example the table or the chairs or anything else that related to the computer. And the recommendation system of the machine learning of the store is gonna tell the store that you guys gonna be highly likely you guys gonna buy this one. So the percentage of your choosing this 3 more items is highly likely. Say if, whatever the target is, the target is say 0.76 or 0.80 or 0.90, so that's the target range. whatever the target range is, you guys gonna, the store's gonna recommend you these ones. In the framework, when we start the machine learning in the data modeling, as I said to you guys before, the data modeling inside the machine learning, we're going to show you guys different techniques in machine learning. We're going to show you guys, we're going to introduce you guys to say frameworks, and we're going to types of machine learnings, then the types of data, then the types of evaluation, features in data, and modeling and splitting the data, modeling, pick up the model, and modeling tunings, and modeling comparison. So we're going to show you guys everything in machine learning with R. So it's very exciting if you guys learning the machine learning. Alright, so, and I forgot there is two more. You guys gonna see regression, classification, clustering, recommendation, association, rule learning, reinforcement learning. There is another called natural language processing, deep learning, and dimensional reduction, and the last one is going to be model selection and boosting. So this all is going to be in our language, in our machine learning. So in this video I just show you guys, touch up very briefly on the data modeling inside our language. Alright guys, that's it for this video. If you guys got any question or comment, leave it in the comment box. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video, and bye.